Good morning, today is Sunday the 2nd of October. It is Monday the 2nd of October. Today is going to be a day of catching up on lots and lots of work. Before I do dive into some work though, I wanted to share some things about me that you might not know that I hope you find interesting. Well, that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Okay, so 21 things that might be interesting about me. I have no idea if they are interesting about me, but we're about to find out. Number one, I'm a tidy soul that chose to live in a messy body. I am the messiest person on the planet. If you don't believe me, ask my husband. But I'm also kind of obsessed with things that are tidy and clean. And it's kind of like this ongoing battle between being a messy person and not wanting to be. Number two, I'm a Virgo. Let's just get that out the way. I know most people, you know, like to know what people's star signs are, so I'm a Virgo. Number three, I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Just don't tell Luna May. Number four, I was born and I grew up in Chester, which is in the northwest of England. I currently live in Wales, which makes me an imposter. Number five, one of my pet hates is working out my taxes. I mean, why do they make it so difficult? I just don't understand why they have to make taxes so awkward. It's like a completely foreign language to me. I really don't get it. I try my best, I pay them, but it's totally confusing to me, and my pet hate is why they make it so blooming frustrating. Number six, I got engaged at 15 to someone I met on the internet. Now, let me just clarify this for a second. I had met a young boy, oh my god, that sounds so wrong. Okay, so I was 15 and he was 16 and I met him in an AOL chat room. You remember those, right? AOL chat rooms, they were great for socializing. So I was 15 and he was 16. We met in an AOL chat room and we instantly fell in love. It was young love, and he lived halfway down the country and we ended up meeting. My parents drove me down. There was nothing dodgy. I didn't like backpack my way down south to meet this guy. Got dog hair in my face. It's so annoying. And we kind of dated for a couple of years and we decided to get engaged. In fact, no, I must have met him when I was 14 because we got engaged when I was just at the end of kind of coming to the end of 15. So yeah, so I got engaged at the age of 15 to a guy I met off the internet, and it was real love. I adored this guy. I thought my dogs were eating M&Ms then. We are now friends on Facebook. It's all cool, but I did love him immensely, and yeah, there we go. Got engaged at 15. I even had a ring, a very expensive ring, and a big engagement party, and I was truly happy. Okay, so number seven, I got engaged again at 19. I sound like a serial... What's the word for somebody that gets engaged a lot? I got engaged again at 19. Also, dogs are driving me crazy. Guys, I look tired today. Okay, so number seven, I got engaged at the age of 19. So I got engaged again. to someone I met off the internet again, but this time I ended up marrying him. We have actually had our 10-year wedding anniversary. I've still got hair in my eye. So annoying. This time we ended up getting married, and we have been married 10 years this year. So that's really cool. Number 8, my name means love. It's a Welsh name. You pronounce it Cerys, just in case you didn't know. As I've said before, it's not the traditional Welsh spelling. My parents kind of made the spelling up, which confuses everybody, but it does mean love in Welsh. Number 9, when I was 16, I had glandular fever. I was really sick and I took a year out of school, and I did actually drop 2 GCSEs because I was so poorly. And in fact, having glandular fever still affects me even to this day because I get so tired all of the time. I think that those 2 that I dropped were history and German. I'm so sorry if you're watching me and you are German. That was not personal, not really intentional. It was just one of the ones that I decided to drop. Number 10, I went on to get all A's and A stars in my GCSEs despite dropping 2. I also actually picked them up again, and I got all A's and A stars at the end of it, which was amazing. Except for maths, I'm lying. I did get a B+ for maths because I am rubbish at numbers, which is obviously why I run a business. Number 11, I'm terrible at taxes. I already mentioned earlier about the tax situation. I grin and bear it, but it's definitely something that I struggle with. Number 12, I am a recovering hypochondriac. And oh, see, this is why I married this man. Say hello, Andy.
Hello.
This is why we're still together. This is why this particular engagement actually stuck, and why we have now been married for 10 years. So yes, recovering hypochondriac. I actually think that the term hypochondriac sounds quite, I know it's the technical term, but I prefer to use the term health anxiety. I have been in a really bad place with health anxiety. I have suffered with it from when my dad was diagnosed with leukemia when I was aged 18 up until quite recently, and I still do have my bad days, but basically I overthink about health all of the time, which is ironic because I'm not the healthiest person, but I am getting so much better, and I do worry much less about my health now than I used to. So what number was that? It was number 12. Number 13, okay, so this is more of something I'm terrible at. I am terrible at changing batteries in clocks or changing the time if we've skipped into a different time zone. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but every single time I do one of these videos, the time is 20 to 2. I'm going to do a bit of a Casey Neistat now. I'm going to point to that clock there. Haven't changed that battery in a very, very long time. We're getting through them. Number 14, my addictions include stationery, filofaxes and sleep. Oh, and time-lapse videos. Time-lapse videos, if you saw my vlog from yesterday, you'll know that I am actually now quite addicted to doing time-lapse videos. Let me tell you a little bit why I'm so addicted to doing time-lapse videos. Oh my god, I can't believe what I just did. I totally forgot I had an appointment this morning. Here's me videoing this and all, you know, having fun and everything, but I forgot that I actually had an appointment, so I've just had to ring the woman and apologise profusely. I'm so useless. Okay, whatever number that was, let's add another one. I'm terrible at timekeeping. Despite the fact that I love filofaxes, there is just no rhyme or reason to my life whatsoever. Okay, so yeah, number 14. My addictions include stationery, filofaxes and sleep. I think that was the one we were up to. Time lapses, that was it. I was telling you about why I love time lapses so much. Okay, so the reason I love time lapses so much is because I found them to be so therapeutic, and there is something about doing a time lapse video that just lifts me and just gives me a boost, because I actually have to stand still. I mean, I know I don't have to stand still. I could technically, you know, go do something else, set my camera up and leave it and go do something else, but it does take around about 15-20 minutes to do a time-lapse video, and for that time I actually have to stand still, look around, and it's just a way of bringing more mindfulness into my life. That's why I love them so much. I mean, I love the end result visually, that's amazing as well, but it's just something really relaxing about doing a time-lapse video that it forces me to stand still. So there we go, just gonna have a sip of my tea. Number 15, I never actually finished my degree, so this is a bit of an interesting one. I went to university and I obviously was doing my degree, but unfortunately my dad got diagnosed with leukemia just around about 6 months before the course was meant to finish. And Andy and I were living together at the time. We were living kind of in the middle of England, far away from home, and I decided to cut my degree short, come home so I could be closer to my family, thinking, well, one day I will pick it up again. Truth be told, I wasn't really enjoying my degree anyway. Even though I'd done 2.5 years, I was so close to finishing, I hated it anyway. And to be honest, I think leaving was probably one of the best things I could have done, because people were like, oh, if you don't finish your degree, you won't get a job, and kind of gave me a little bit of an extra spur to just kind of prove them wrong, really. Okay, number 16, I had the worst birth experience ever, and the only reason I'm including this in my top 21, I don't know where the number 21 came from. I just kept thinking I'm going to share 21 things about me that hopefully people will find remotely interesting. I don't normally talk about my birth story a lot, and I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but it was basically quite life-defining. So I had Poppy 6 years ago. She's just turned 6 in July this year. And it was my first birth. I had planned for a water birth. I'd done hypnobirthing, which is where you use hypnosis and meditation to prepare yourself. And everything started going so well until I had preeclampsia towards the end of my pregnancy, which, if you don't know, is quite a serious illness that can cause you to have the baby early. So anyway, long story short, I ended up having to face all of my worst fears within the space of, say, 36 hours. Having an epidural, I just remember the fear paralyzing me. It was my worst nightmare. I'm terrified of needles, although not anymore. I had to have the epidural, then I was rushed in to have an emergency cesarean. Unfortunately, the anaesthetic didn't work when I had the cesarean. And again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's kind of graphic, but I'm sure you can imagine if someone starts cutting into your stomach and you can feel everything because the anaesthetic hasn't worked, it's not exactly the nicest experience. When I came out of theatre, obviously they had to put me out halfway through because they couldn't have me screaming in agony all the way through. When I came out of theatre, Poppy was on special care. She was quite poorly, and it was just an overall traumatic experience that even 6 years on I still have nightmares about and still affects me greatly. So there we go, that was number 16. Number 17, okay, bit of a change of pace here because that was kind of serious. Number 17, I recently had a candle shipped to me from the US because someone on YouTube said that it smelled nice. This is the candle that I had shipped to me from the US. I don't know if you can see that. Someone on YouTube said that this candle smelled amazing, so I decided to order it. That's kind of sad. 18. Up until this week, okay, number 18. Up until this week, I had never heard of Casey Neistat. Now, again, people keep asking me, and I did mention this on yesterday's vlog, but I just wanted to make it abundantly clear. Casey Neistat is a YouTuber who is amazingly brilliant, genius. He is super famous, millions and millions of viewers, and he has this style of making vlogs which is just incredible. There's a lot of time-lapse videos, the introduction where he has vlog 01, vlog 02, whatever at the beginning. His just overall style is just awesome. So my style, it seems, kind of picks up on a few of those things that Casey uses a lot in his videos, and people keep saying to me, are you trying to be the next Casey Neistat? Let me just make it super clear. I've never heard of him until people started asking me whether I was trying to be the next Casey Neistat. So no, I am not. But now that I know that he exists, my God, I have been binge watching him and he is amazing. If you've not heard of him, Casey Neistat, he's awesome. Oh, I need another cup of tea. This is kind of hard talking about myself for so long. Another bonus one, I'm obsessed with mugs, although I don't like it when they don't all match, which is really weird. Very strange. Number 19. I have ridiculously low self-confidence, and I know that watching me talk about myself on camera and have a bit of a, seemingly have a good time with it, might seem like not somebody who suffers with low self-confidence, but this vlog is really helping with that. What I've noticed is when I publish one of these videos, I kind of have a little bit of a mini meltdown every time, and I think, oh my god, I look awful, I just ramble, I don't know what to say, I don't even know if people are watching them, let alone enjoying them. And then I have to kind of remind myself that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this because I want people to like me. I'm doing it because it's a way for me to improve my self-confidence on camera. I'm good at it now in blogging, but not so much actually being on camera. So yes, I am a person who has terribly low self-confidence, and I'm trying to do something about it. Number 20, I am an only child. Not much more to say about that one. Number 21, okay, this is a big one, and one that may feature again on these vlogs sometime soon. I would desperately love to have the word love in script written on my wrist as a tattoo. And I don't know why that is so important to me. I'm not really a general lover of tattoos. I have nothing against them, but I'm not the kind of person who would go out and have tattoos generally. I just would really love the word love in a really very small script writing on my wrist, more so as a reminder to myself of who I am, quite literally, because as I said in point number 8, my name means love in Welsh. I would like to have a permanent reminder that I can always choose love, even when I'm feeling really low, really depressed, or hopeless, on the days where I do feel really bad, that I can choose to look at it and experience it with a loving perspective. The only reason I have not yet had a tattoo on my wrist is because A, I'm too scared, and B, my dad will go mental. My dad has a thing against tattoos. He's not a lover of them at all, and it really bothers him. So I'm kind of torn between, do I follow my heart or do I respect my dad? I'm kind of on the fence. There's been 2 times recently that I've actually organised to go and get the tattoo and I didn't go. So who knows, maybe one of these days I will go ahead and do it. Okay, so that is 21 things about me that you might not know that I hope you found interesting. If you've enjoyed today's video, I would be so grateful for a thumbs up or a subscribe or a comment below. Not because I'm telling you to do any of those things, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, subscribe to my channel, but just because it would be so nice to know that I'm not coming off like a complete weirdo. So just some kind of, you know, just a little bit of a nod or a tip of the hat to say, you know what, Kerish, you don't look like a complete weirdo and you're doing okay. That would be so much appreciated. Thank you.